Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
From the gas pump to the grocery store, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. Thankfully, there's one company out there that's giving you a much-needed break. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton, with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/switch. That's mintmobile.com/switch.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Cognitive Recalibration. I'm your host Shravan, and I have got my brother Taran here. If you've come here looking for methods to focus better or to find a way to rewire your brain to use a larger percentage of it, this is not the place. In this podcast, we talk about movies, TV shows, and pretty much whatever else comes to mind. So it's just a couple of guys talking about stuff. Our first episode is, we thought we'd start off with a bang. With a review of Marvel's Avengers Infinity War, the biggest movie to release in a while. It's had 10 years worth of build-up and hype, and everyone's looking forward to this movie. It's got all our favorite heroes, so we thought, why not? Let's start with this. We're going to start off with non-spoilers, then spoilers, then theories about what's going to happen after this movie. So we'll put timestamps in the description about when we had the spoilers, so you can skip that. But this is going to go up probably on Monday.
Probably Monday, hopefully.
So most people hopefully have seen it by then. But anyway, we'll put the timestamps in case you haven't seen it. So let's start off. Non-spoilers. So what were your thoughts on the movie?
Well, when we first watched it, it was very good. And we had the crowd as well, which was, we watched it in like a full theatre at Melbourne Central, and the crowd was going crazy, and there was like clapping and cheering. It was a good atmosphere to watch it for the first time, I think. So
we'll talk about when they clapped and cheered in the spoilers. But yes, it was a very good crowd to watch it with. I think everyone was pretty much a diehard fan. Everyone was really getting into it. And we've never watched a movie on the first day for like a big movie like this. So it was, and I think everyone was looking forward to this. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
And the hype was...
It's basically all been leading up to this since the first Avengers, with that post-credit scene, and a lot of stuff from Phase 2 and Phase 3 leads up to this movie. So I would say that if you aren't a die-hard Marvel fan, if you haven't seen all the movies, you probably won't enjoy it as much as someone that's seen everything. They don't really spend much time explaining stuff that happened in previous movies either, so...
Yeah, they pretty much get straight into it.
Yeah, so you kind of have to know your stuff to really enjoy it a lot.
And that's why I think the critical reception's been a little bit less than the other movies. I think it's 86% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it hasn't done as well as Black Panther or Thor Ragnarok.
Or Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, but I think this is a far better movie than those, even though that it hasn't done as well.
That's because we've been following all of them.
Yeah,
but if you just came in fresh and you watch this, I can understand that you probably...
Yeah, first of all, it'll be really confusing. Yeah. It'll be really confusing, and then also they just probably won't enjoy it as much because they don't know the characters as well. What did you think about the CGI? There's a lot of CGI in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of CGI. I thought it was pretty good. Some people are complaining about certain parts not being as good, but I thought it was overall pretty good.
The Thanos CGI is very good.
Yeah,
that's standout.
Was really good. All the space stuff is good.
Really good. There's one particular thing I remember with Iron Man's suit that wasn't great.
I don't remember that, but okay, we'll talk about that in spoilers.
We'll talk about it in spoilers, but that was just the one part that I thought wasn't great. Other than that, everything else looks amazing.
So in terms of ranking in the MCU, where does it land for you?
It's hard to say. I don't even have a definitive ranking, so I don't know. But it's like...
So if you had a choice to watch any MCU movie, which one would you watch?
Well, at the moment, probably this, because it's pretty fresh.
Yeah,
it's new. It has it has everyone as well. So if you want to watch an MCU movie with all the characters, it's got everyone. Yeah.
There are some characters that
don't have as much screen time.
Yeah, they don't have as much screen time, and there's some that are not in it at all.
Yeah.
So we can also talk about. It's hard to talk about this movie without spoiling it. So
yeah.
That's why we keep saying talk about spoilers. What else can we say?
The music's really good.
Yeah, music was good.
Especially at like some of the big moments. They chose the right music. Alan Silvestri did it again, who did the first Avengers.
Did you do Avengers 2?
I don't know if he did Avengers 2. I'm not sure. But
he did something else. Did he do Captain America or something? I don't know. He definitely did Avengers 1.
He did Avengers 1, yeah. And yeah, he's really good in this again. The story's good.
Yeah, story's... What can we say? Yeah. Thanos is trying to get the Infinity Stones, and all the heroes are trying to stop him.
Yeah, that's the most unspoilery way of saying it.
Yeah.
Thanos, I would say, is the best villain in the MCU today.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Because... Okay, before this, it was Loki who was the best villain. Yeah, Killmonger was pretty good too.
Killmonger was good as well.
Killmonger was good, but I'll talk about it in spoilers about why I think Thanos is better than the other two.
Yeah, but all the performances are really good. Yeah.
Do you feel like there was any parts that could have been taken out? Do you think it is a long movie? So it's 2.5 hours, and there were some parts where I was like, "This is going a bit slow."
The first time I watched it, I loved all of it, but that's because I was probably really into it and the crowd was really into it. But the second time I watched it, there were certain parts that I felt were a bit slow and dragging on a bit, but I feel like they were necessary for the story. Yeah. Though you can't take it out. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it is pretty close.
Yeah. So watch it in the theater.
Yeah, definitely.
Multiple times?
I haven't seen it in IMAX, but apparently it's really good in IMAX because they shot it with IMAX cameras. Yeah. So
we don't watch it in 3D. I don't know if 3D's...
I don't like 3D anyway, so I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it.
I think it's just post-converted anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was shot in 3D, so avoid 3D.
Yeah, well, if you want to watch it, if you like 3D, then watch it in 3D. But
you probably don't need to.
Yeah. If you can watch it in IMAX, I would say watch it in IMAX. I haven't seen it in IMAX, but I reckon it would be awesome.
IMAX is completely sold out in
Australia, in Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah. I think it's been... Well, you'll be seeing it in the front, and there's no point seeing the front in...
IMAX, yeah.
In terms of box office, I think they're saying it's going to get close to Force Awakens.
I think it's going to be third.
Like, not worldwide, but it's going to... The opening weekend is going to be close to...
I think after Thursday, they said it'll be third in behind Force Awakens and Last Jedi.
Oh, it's not going to be... No, I think it'll be Last Jedi.
Well, yeah, we'll see, but I don't know. Yeah.
They're saying I don't think the tracking's out yet. Oh, you can check. But they were saying, I think the latest estimate was like between 225 to 255 or something. Yeah,
something like that.
Force Awakens was 247.
Yeah.
So I think it'll definitely... I think we'll get close because the hype for this is so big and the reviews are not bad, so I think people will watch them.
They're good. Yeah. They're probably not as good as I thought they would be coming out of the movie, but yeah. I would recommend if you haven't seen it, stay away from all
spoilers. Don't go on the internet.
Yeah.
And don't listen to the second part of this podcast.
Yeah. This is probably the movie that has the most spoilers that
there's a lot of stuff that happens that you definitely wouldn't see coming.
Yeah, I had a lot of theories going into it.
Yeah, about the Infinity Stones.
Pretty much none of them panned out. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff that everyone thought would happen
didn't happen.
Pretty much didn't happen.
Yeah. Normally when I go to an MCU movie, I can guess the story about 90% of the time. Yeah. This time I had no idea. Yeah. And saying that, I have no idea what's going to happen in the next one as well.
Yeah. What rating would you give it? What is our rating?
Rating? I give it 533.2.
Out of...
I don't know.
Out of whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 533.2. Yeah.
Okay. That's... Yeah. I think that's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd give it a... watch it in cinemas twice. Yeah. Watch it in cinemas twice.
Yeah.
For comparison, I'd probably give Black Panther, watched it in cinemas once. I like Black Panther, but I felt like you didn't need to watch it more than once. Like, for me, it was okay.
Black Panther's, it's a good origin story. It's great what they did with the all African American / black cast. And yeah, the villain's great, but watching it more than once, there's not a lot to go that you would get out of it watching it more than once. But this movie, there's a lot happening, so you would get a lot more out of it watching
you'll
it
probably
more than once.
like
Yeah.
notice some stuff again, like in the second view. I don't know, you've watched it twice. So
Yeah, definitely notice more stuff, and there's a lot of characters and a lot of parallel story parts, so it's good to watch it twice to kind of get
Did
your
you
head
like
around it.
the comedy?
Yes.
Surprisingly, there is still comedy.
There's actually a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
I would say this is the funniest Avengers movie.
Nah, I think one was funnier than this because I watched one recently and it was there's a lot of comedy. This is like obviously what's happening and all is
It's
pretty
dark and grim.
yeah. So it's there wasn't as much scope for comedy, but there was still comedy.
It's the classic Marvel comedy, which I'm actually a fan of. I know a lot of people hate it because they're like it cuts away from the big moments, but
Well, they didn't in this movie. It wasn't like Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when there was a serious moment, there was no jokes. It was serious.
and I would say most of the jokes landed as well. They were actually funny.
I missed some of them because everyone was laughing. Well, I was laughing.
The second time I caught all of them.
Yeah.
Because it was a quiet theater, and yeah, most of them land. They're pretty funny.
Yeah.
And there's some standout characters that are really funny, which
So
we'll
they're all
talk
in
about
there,
in spoilers.
Guardians, Avengers. So yeah, we can probably go on to spoilers now.
Yeah.
So our rating is, well, your rating is was
533.5.
Okay, 533.5, and mine's watch it in the cinemas twice.
Yeah.
At least twice. I might even watch it more than twice. Let's see. Because all my friends want to watch it, so I couldn't take them all at once. So I might have to go in
Yeah.
multiple.
Well, I've seen it twice already, and I think I might go it another time to watch it before it goes out theaters. So yeah, definitely enjoyed it. Very good movie, and as a good follow up before this, I reckon if you want to kind of catch up,
which movies do you definitely have to watch before this?
I would say Civil War is important.
Yeah.
Civil War, and probably if you know Guardians of the Galaxy, because you got to know what they're about.
Yeah.
If you don't want to watch anything else other than those two, then you're probably fine.
Is there anything else you have to watch? Thor Ragnarok? Probably have to watch that.
Yeah, well, ideally you would watch all of them,
Yeah.
but
I think you have to watch Thor Ragnarok because then you wouldn't know. Like, firstly, Thor doesn't have an eye, doesn't have his hammer, doesn't have hair. Well,
yeah.
he has less
Spoilers for Thor Ragnarok, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
hair. So, like, if you just come into this without watching that, you'll be like, who's this guy? Like, this is not Thor.
Yeah.
So you probably have to watch that one. And yeah, you
Same way, you should probably watch Black Panther as well, because then you know
might
more about
need to watch
Wakanda.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange as well. Yeah, because that has a lot to do with it.
And he's pretty important in this one.
If you watch Phase 3, if you can watch all of Phase 3, you'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
Because you get a bit of Guardians in that.
Yeah. But Guardians 1 is more important than 2. I feel like 2 you can
definitely.
skip.
Two's more of a contained story. Anyway, that's not about this movie.
Yeah.
All good.
All right. So
Let's talk about spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do this? Talk about each character?
Do you want to talk about story first?
Okay, story. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Of the story?
Yes.
No, I thought it was... Well, the story is pretty much what we said
it was.
But it's split up between different, I guess,
There's
parts
like
of the universe. There's 3, yeah. There's kind of like 3 teams. So there's Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man.
And they kind of meet up with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
And then there's Thor, and
Rocket and
Groot.
Yeah.
And then there's
everyone else, kind of.
Pretty much everyone else. Yeah, who come to Wakanda.
Yeah.
Which was in the trailer.
Which group did you enjoy the best out of those?
Well, I kind of liked all of them.
All of them were good.
Yeah.
I felt like in terms of what people had to do, the most important one was Iron Man
and Doctor Strange,
Spider-Man, and all those. They had their end battle scene is really good, actually, even on the second viewing.
Okay.
Versus Thanos.
Yes.
That is a really good battle scene.
Yeah.
And then second to that would be Thor's. Yeah.
But a lot of people didn't like Thor's.
Thor's got the best story in this.
Yeah, but a lot of people thought, I don't know, people are saying that it could have been cut out. Like they didn't need it.
No way.
But I thought it was important.
Important, yeah.
Yeah. But Thor, like, I think everyone thinks Thor just has his own, because even in Age of Ultron, like he had his own thing. Like he just did his own thing for like half the movie. And then he comes back at the end.
He kind of does his own thing in this as well, but it's like in in Age of Ultron, he does his own thing that has nothing to do with the story. It actually doesn't. It's just a side.
It's got to do with this movie.
It's got to do with this movie. But in this movie, it does have to do with the story, and it's important. Yeah.
It's important, yeah. He gets his new hammer.
Yes. Stormbreaker.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yes. And surprise entrance of Tyrion Lannister, Peter Dinklage.
Yes.
As the giant elf.
The
giant dwarf, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. His name's hard to say. It's like E3 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the movie starts with the end of
Thor Ragnarok.
So pretty much the end credit scene of Thor Ragnarok. The end credit scene, the mid credit scene.
There's obviously a part in the middle where they beat up everyone. Because everyone's like close to dying at the start of...
So they skip all that.
Yeah.
So they start with... Thanos has already got the Power Stone.
He's got the Power Stone. He went to...
destroyed Nova. And he's already got it. So we don't see any of that. So at the start of the movie, he's already got that. And then he comes to... The
Asgardian ship.
And he...
basically beats everyone up.
Pretty much everyone.
That fight scene with Hulk that happens, it's very good. It's got some good, and it's good to finally see Hulk just get absolutely demolished by Thanos.
And he never comes back.
Yeah, it's not even like a close fight. Hulk just gets absolutely demolished by him, and this is Thanos with one stone. So
he doesn't even use it.
Yeah, he doesn't even use it. Yeah,
he just fights him.
And then surprisingly, Loki gets offed in the first 10 minutes. I thought he would last a bit longer.
He's been doing all the press stuff, but he's in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. He gets killed first off. And I think this time he's actually dead, not like previous times.
I don't think anyone's actually...
Well, yeah, we'll get to that, but...
and then we shift off to... Banner gets shifted off to Earth.
And then he warns them.
He warns them, and then we get the Avengers title, and then we see Tony Stark.
So this is the... Well, Doctor Strange... Basically, Hulk gets transported to Doctor Strange's sanctum, and then Doctor Strange comes and warns Iron Man. But this is where the first CG thing that kind of did look right on the street when they were going to fight two of Thanos' daughter and son, I think.
Were they?
Oh no, it was the two sons. It was the magic dude.
The magic dude
and the big dude.
The big dude. I don't know what their names are, but
yeah. And basically the Hulk. Interestingly, the Hulk can't come out, or it doesn't want to
come out for the whole movie.
Yeah.
So if you in the trailer, you see him running in Wakanda with Captain America and all that. But
there's a lot of stuff in the trailer that's not in the movie, or that's different in the movie. Yeah. I think Thanos basically scared the Hulk.
Apparently,
I think he's scared.
Yeah.
Or is he hibernating or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah, but surely he's going to come out.
He's going to come back in the next one.
Yeah.
But I think Thanos just scared him and he just doesn't want to come out. There's lots of times when Banner tries to get him out.
And he just doesn't want to come out. And then Spider-Man joins them.
Yeah.
Then
they go into space.
And then, so they grab Doctor Strange going to space. Iron Man follows them. Spider-Man follows them.
It's a good scene where Spider-Man gets his Iron Spider suit.
Yes.
Which looks really good as well.
Yes. Yeah.
The CG part that I was talking about was when Iron Man first puts on his suit, the nanotech one.
Yes.
It looks okay from some angles, but at the very end, when he's getting his mask put on the front, it just looks really fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's this part when he's fighting Thanos at the end, and Thanos punches his helmet off.
And then he gets a new helmet. Yeah.
like immediately.
Yeah. I think the CG for Iron Man's suit was harder in this movie because it's the nanotech CG.
Yeah.
And it just keeps... basically, his suit just keeps reforming as he gets beaten up and stuff. Yeah. What did you think about his suit?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's got a lot of cooler stuff now.
Yeah.
It's got the, lasers and the...
Yeah, there's things coming out of it and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have you seen Blue Beetle? Do you know who Blue Beetle is?
Blue Beetle?
Yeah.
Is he a Marvel?
No, he's a DC character. Basically, his suit is really reminiscent of Blue Beetle's suit, which is interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, because he, gets stuff growing out of it and stuff as well.
Okay.
Yeah. We could start talking about the characters.
Yes.
Iron Man, what do you think?
Pretty important character.
We were talking about him anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty important character in this one.
Yep.
I'll talk about theory afterwards, but I think he's going to be really important in the next one.
Yeah, definitely.
Well.
Because, Doctor Strange goes into the future, as you saw, and looks at all the possibilities, and there's like 14 million possibilities, and they only win in one.
Yeah.
It's not expressly said, but basically when Thanos is about to kill Iron Man, Doctor Strange saves him.
And gives him the Time Stone. And then beforehand, he actually tells Tony Stark that he wouldn't give away the Time Stone, even if they were going to kill him or Spider-Man.
Yeah. So like, it's basically said that Iron Man is the key, and in the one scenario that they win, Iron Man obviously does something, and he needs to be alive.
Yeah. For
them to win. So I think he's going to be a really big part in the next movie as well.
Yes.
He has a big part in this movie, and he'll be big in the next one as well.
He isn't as funny in this one.
No, he's a bit of a downer. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not Iron Man 3 down, but he's down.
Him and Doctor Strange have a lot of tension between them.
At the start, but then I think they come to an understanding.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely not as funny, but how the other characters play off Iron Man is pretty funny.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I thought he was going to die. Did you think he was going to die when Thanos stabbed him? I thought it was over. I thought it was
I thought a lot of people would die, but they didn't.
Yeah.
I thought Captain America would die, but he didn't.
Want to talk about Captain America?
Yeah.
So he's not really in this. He's hardly in it.
Well, yeah, he's not in it much.
The second time I watched it, I think I counted how many lines he has. He has like 10. He
doesn't say much.
He has like 10 lines.
He doesn't say much. And he has a good introduction. Everyone cheers.
Oh, that part is awesome.
He had a really big cheer when he was introduced. But yeah, he isn't in it.
He isn't in it all that much. And he doesn't really do much for the story either.
Yeah. He's... I don't know.
Which I think he'll play a bigger part in the next movie.
He will.
Yeah.
But he doesn't say much, which makes me think that, I don't know.
There could be stuff they cut out of this movie that happens.
Yeah.
But they're going to show it in the next movie, if you get what I mean.
Maybe.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so Captain America, not much to say.
Not much.
What about... Hulk, I thought had a pretty interesting... He's not in it a lot.
Well, but Banner's in it. Banner's in it more than Hulk.
Well, like, I'm talking about them both together. I think they've got a pretty interesting story, even though they're not in it that much.
Yeah.
In terms of how Hulk doesn't want to come out. And it shows that Banner can do stuff without Hulk as well, with the Hulkbuster suit.
Yes.
He actually takes out the one of the sons, the big dude.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be pretty interesting what happens in the next one with them.
So he's still alive.
Yep,
Captain America's still alive.
Captain America's still alive. Iron Man's still alive.
Thor was good. Thor had probably the biggest role out of
all of them. All the main characters,
probably,
other than Thanos.
Probably, He gets a new hammer. He was pretty good. He's still pretty funny.
He's still funny.
But he's not like Thor Ragnarok funny.
No.
He's more like Avengers 1.
Yeah. He's a bit... Well, he's got a bit of an emotional story in this as well.
Yeah.
Because when he's talking with the Rocket in that scene, you basically realize that everyone he knows or is friends with is basically dead now.
Pretty much.
Like, his whole family's dead. Idris Elba dies. Heimdall.
I thought he wasn't in this movie, but obviously...
A lot of people that I thought wouldn't be in this movie were in this movie. Yeah.
All the secondary, characters from the individual films, Spider-Man's friend was in it.
Oh, yeah, it was one line.
Yeah. Heimdall was in it. Pepper Potts was in it for one scene.
They're in it for short times. Yeah. Nothing major.
Yeah. And Black Panther, some of the characters were in it. His sister Shuri.
There's a lot of Black Panther characters for one scene. M'Baku's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
M'Baku. Black Panther. He really wasn't in it much.
Nah, he's not in it much either. Yeah. They kind of just use him for...
And he dies.
Wakanda. Yeah, he dies. Surprise.
Well, he disappears.
Yeah.
Well, Thanos basically gets all the stones, he clicks his fingers and...
everyone disappears.
Well, half of the universe disappears. And it's weird because the half that disappeared are all the characters
that I thought wouldn't die actually died, which is surprising. Yeah, because all the Phase Phase 1 characters survive.
And all the
Phase 2, 3
basically all the
characters.
Guardians are wiped out.
Yeah, except for a couple. Yeah.
Except for Rocket and
Nebula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Nebula's a Guardian. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Black Panther's gone.
Black
Doctor
Panther's
Strange
gone.
is gone. Spider-Man's gone.
Yeah. Falcon's gone. Scarlet Witch is gone. Bucky's gone.
Bucky's gone. Yeah.
Loki's gone. Vision's gone. Yeah, that's all I got on my list.
Yes.
It's easier to name who's still alive than who died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just everyone in Avengers 1.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know about
Ant-Man and Hawkeye.
So they're both not in this movie.
Not in it. They're briefly mentioned.
Yeah. So what? Hawkeye spending time with his family or something.
So they both took a deal and they're on house arrest with their family.
Ah, okay.
So that's what, basically happened. And I think that plays into the next Ant-Man movie.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that a bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which other characters haven't we covered yet?
So Black Widow, she's got similar role to Captain America.
Yeah.
Not much happens with her. Doctor Strange has a really good role.
Yeah, he has a big role.
Yeah.
And we see more of his powers in this one.
And he looks like he's mastered it a bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know how long after Doctor Strange it is, but
Well, Doctor Strange was 2016, and this is meant to be 2 years after.
So 2 years. And he's a boss. He's
the
only one that kind of goes toe to toe with Thanos.
Yeah.
And he can kind of take him, but he dies, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, he just disappears.
Yeah. But, it's important, as we said, he saw all the futures, so I think he'll be important in the next one as well.
Yes. Well, I don't know if he's going to be in it that much.
I think he will, but we'll talk about it later. War Machine, not much.
Yeah,
he survives.
He survives. He's not in it that much. He can walk.
Yeah, he can
They
walk
never
again.
explain how he does that.
No, remember at the end of Civil War, how Iron Man builds that exoskeleton kind of suit for him?
He's just using that.
Yeah, he's using that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, he can walk again. He survives.
Yeah, he's not in it much.
Not in it much.
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
He's in it, but he doesn't do much.
Yeah, I expected a bit more from Spider-Man.
He's actually in... Because he's in all the scenes with Iron Man.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't do that much.
Spider-Man's pretty funny in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of the comic relief part of Iron Man, Doctor Strange.
He doesn't really go toe-to-toe with Thanos at any point, though.
Nah.
No.
I think it would get demolished if he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider-Man dies as well.
Yeah, Spider-Man dies.
Falcon.
Which is obviously, he's got to come back because he's got another movie. He's
Yeah.
only had one. They can't just kill off Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, most of these guys only had one movie as well.
So Black Panther,
they'll all come back.
They're definitely coming back.
Falcon?
Yeah, he's again same as...
He's the same.
Black
Black Widow, Captain America, and Falcon are kind of all together.
Yeah.
And they share all their scenes, and they kind of don't do much.
Yeah.
Other than the final battle in Wakanda.
Yeah, and he dies too.
He dies as well. Yeah. Scarlet Witch?
Yeah, she actually had a bit of a story.
She had a bit of a story.
They kind of have... Her and Vision have their own story.
They have their love story. Yeah.
Merging with Captain America's story. Captain America's team, so they all become one. Yeah, she has a bit of story, and probably has more to do, and she's one of the more powerful Avengers.
She doesn't really show off her powers other than 2 specific parts.
Yeah.
I feel like she could actually do pretty well against Thanos, but she never gets to fight him. Yeah.
And when she does, he's got 5 of the 6 stones, so she had no chance.
Yeah. And she dies as well, which I thought was very surprising because I thought she would have to be there if they want to beat Thanos. Bucky has nothing to do with this movie.
He's in he's in the battle.
Yeah.
And before the battle, he's in one scene.
One scene, yeah. And he doesn't have much to do, and he dies as well.
He gets a new arm, but then he dies.
Yeah, he gets a Wakandan arm.
Yeah.
Which looks cool. I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he dies. Loki, we talked about, he dies in the first scene.
Yeah, it does in the first scene.
And as we thought, he has the Tesseract. But he kind of has a redeeming thing how he wants to kill Thanos. He doesn't want to...
Yeah, because he goes from it changes a lot in 2 minutes.
Yeah, first he wants Thanos to kill Thor. And then he's like, nah, I'm going to kill Thanos.
And then he does it, and then he
And then Thanos chokes him out.
And then he says, we've got a Hulk. And then he tries to kill Thanos, and then Thanos kills him.
Yeah, the Guardians. So start off with Star-Lord.
Yeah, he's got
a good role. He's a bit of an idiot.
Yeah, he kind of stuffs things up halfway through.
But they basically have Thanos. And then if it wasn't for him, they probably would
have
got the gauntlet.
Yeah. But
Yeah, he's not even punching Thanos. He's punching Mantis
on the hands.
On the hands.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing, man? At least hit him in the stomach or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid.
But he has a pretty important role, I guess.
He's a good role.
Out of all the Guardians, I guess
Gamora has the most important
the most footage, yeah.
Yeah, and basically Thanos chucks her off a cliff to get the Soul Stone.
Yeah, which is not what I was expecting. I
thought
thought the Soul Stone would
be someone.
Yeah, well, out of all the theories people had, this was not one of them.
So, well, I've never heard this theory before. If you thought this was where the Soul Stone was, kudos to you.
Yeah, so basically it's on this planet where...
and this is one of the major shocks that I didn't expect.
Where Is that Red Skull?
It is Red Skull, yeah.
Is that just like it's not actually Red Skull?
No, it's actually Red Skull.
It's just like a ghost that takes the body of Red Skull.
No, it's Red Skull. So basically what happened was Red Skull gets... At the end of Captain America, Red Skull gets teleported with the Tesseract.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he basically gets put on this planet.
Yeah.
And he tried to get all the Infinity Stones when he in the Nazi War or whatever.
Yeah.
But he couldn't, and he wanted to get the Soul Stone, but he actually doesn't love anyone.
Yeah. So
he couldn't ever get the Soul Stone, so he becomes the gatekeeper.
Yes.
Of the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
And as a side note, he's not played by Hugo Weaving.
I thought he was.
No, it's not. It's played by this other guy that does celebrity impressions. I forgot his name, but it's not Hugo Weaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looked, well, I guess Red Skull doesn't look like Hugo Weaving. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was surprising. And then that's actually a very good scene when Thanos kills Gamora.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I don't know if
I don't know if
enjoyed it.
I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but yeah, it's a good scene.
Yeah. Do you think Red Skull's going to come back?
Yeah. Why would they just show him and then not bring him back? I feel like now that the Soul Stone's gone, he's not the gatekeeper anymore.
Yeah, so
that he can go wherever. Yeah.
Well, how's he going to get off that planet?
I don't know.
maybe Thanos gets him off that planet.
Yeah, possible.
And he works with Thanos in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe the Avengers kill Thanos. And he gets the gauntlet.
Oh, that would be sick. Yeah.
Because he's just because he wants the stones.
He wants the stones as well, yeah.
So maybe he's trying to work with Thanos, but he doesn't really care about Thanos. He just wants the stones.
Yeah.
That could possibly happen. But yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting
Red Skull or Gamora to die that early.
Yeah, I thought, so when Thor talks to the Guardians for the first time and he mentions the Soul Stone, you see Gamora's face. You know that she knows where it is. Yeah. And you know that Thanos was going to get all the stones.
I didn't. I thought he wouldn't.
I thought he would.
I thought he wouldn't, because then if he gets all the stones, he wins. Well, which he does. But I thought he would have basically all of them except maybe one of them, and then he kills a lot of the Avengers, but they still have this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he would get all of them, but he would get the Time Stone at the very end. I thought the Time Stone would be... actually, not the Time Stone. The Visions. The Mind Stone.
The Mind Stone.
Yeah, I thought he would get that at the end, which he did.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. I thought he would get all of them. And once we found out that Gamora knew where the Soul Stone was, I was pretty sure that she would die.
Yeah, well, it's hard, yeah. It's hard for her not to die, I guess.
Yeah.
What about the rest of the Guardians?
Drax is pretty much just there for comedy.
Drax is hilarious in this movie. Drax is so funny.
But he's in the first Guardians. He's actually a proper character.
Yeah, but now he's just comic.
He's just become this guy that just makes jokes. He actually had a good backstory because Ronan killed his family and then Ronan was working for Thanos. So he actually has something against Thanos. But he just becomes this guy that's...
But yeah, I know what you mean. There is that one part where he wants to kill Thanos on Nowhere, and they have to put him to sleep. Yeah.
But that was all a plan because he already had the stone.
Yeah, he already had the stone.
Yeah, and he knew Gamora would come, and I guess he knew that Gamora knew about the Soul Stone. So it was all a plot to get Gamora there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Thanos didn't kill as many people because he could have easily. because he just kills people.
Yeah.
But sometimes he just leaves them. Like, he could have just killed everyone if he wanted to, because he's got the gauntlet. So
it's interesting how he uses his powers at some points. Rest of the Guardians, it's just Rocket, Groot, Mantis.
Yeah, Rocket, Groot doesn't do that.
Groot actually does nothing. He just plays his game for the whole movie. It's like literally the most important parts of the movie. He's just playing a game.
Playing his game.
Yeah.
I wonder what battery that thing uses.
Space Invaders, isn't it?
Lasts forever. It's like playing it all the time.
Rocket's pretty good.
Yeah, again, he's not in it that much.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in it with Thor, but like in that story, I guess Thor's the main character, and they're kind of just there.
Mantis doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, Mantis doesn't do a whole lot.
And
she's there for comedy again.
Yeah.
Nebula's not in it much, but I think she might play a really important role in the next one.
Yeah.
Considering that only her and Tony Stark are left on that planet.
On Titan. Yeah, which is interesting.
Does Thanos go back to Titan at the end?
No. I don't know where he is. What do you think about Thanos?
Yeah, he was good. So he was... You felt like he could pretty much kill anyone.
Yeah.
And like he had a backstory too, so he wasn't just doing it.
Yes. And you kind of understand where he's coming from. But he's a bit crazy as well, obviously.
Yeah, probably best MCU.
Yeah, I think best MCU villain.
And he had to be. Like, they're leading up to him.
Yeah.
So, if he was another weak villain...
If he was just a guy that wanted to kill everyone because he hates people...
wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
So, I think he had to be the way he is for this movie to work.
Yeah.
And he's in it the most.
Yeah.
Out of all the characters. So, he gets the most screen time, which is what the Russo brothers said. They said it's basically a Thanos movie.
Yeah.
With the Avengers featuring.
Yeah.
Which is what it was.
In terms of how he uses the gauntlet, though, well, when he faces off with the Guardians that first time, he literally can take them out so easily with the Reality Stone. Yeah. He just, like, crumples all of them. Yeah. And it's easy. But then sometimes when he's versing, like, Iron Man and stuff towards the end, he doesn't seem to be using that power. Yeah. Like, he could just make them into, like, blocks of ice or whatever. But he doesn't do it for some reason.
Bubbles or something.
Yeah, he can make them into bubbles or whatever, but he chooses not to do it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Well, if he did it, it would be a very boring fight scene. So I like the fact that they didn't do that.
Maybe like he doesn't want to kill everyone. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like he just wants to wipe out half the universe, but doesn't actually want to kill people. Like he doesn't want to physically go and kill half the universe. Yeah, he just wants the gauntlet to do it. So,
well, he says that at one point. He's like, I think of it as mercy.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going around killing everyone with a snap of the finger. Everyone just disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was really good. CGI's on point. And at the end, the gauntlet looks like it's still working, but it's a bit trashed.
I think, is that because of Thor like frying it with his thunder powers, or
it could be
his lightning powers, or is it because he clipped his fingers?
I'm not sure. It's unclear, but it still works because because he uses it to teleport out. Yeah. So the gauntlet's probably going to still play an important role in the next one.
Any other characters left?
There's one more, Vision.
Okay, well, obviously he's an important part to the story, and he does...
Is it just me, or Vision, like, in Age of Ultron and Civil War, Vision's like a god, and he beats everyone. In this movie, he can't do shit. He gets beaten every single time. Like, as soon as someone comes up, they just stab him, and he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess that's his weakness. You just stab him.
You stab him from the back and he's done.
So Hawkeye, like when he fights him in Civil War, if he just like
stabbed him from the back,
if he just stabbed him. Or he got like one of his special arrows to like go through it.
Yeah,
he could have been beaten by Hawkeye.
Vision, like he's a good character in this movie, but he sucks. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he's pretty useless.
Like they need people to protect him, so he's
And then, like, there's a part at the end. So when they're trying to get his stone out in Wakanda, and then like the guy comes in. Where does Shuri go?
Oh, so the guy comes in and hits them.
Yeah.
And they're like on a 2-story kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
so
in
he hits them off the second
laboratory.
story.
Yeah.
So he hits them off the first story and they fall onto the bottom one.
Yeah, but where does she go?
No idea.
She's just like, yeah, we can't do this, and then she just leaves Vision.
Yeah. Well, Vision and stuff fall out of the building into the woods.
Yeah.
Afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Vision dies, not because of the clicking of the fingers, but Thanos kills him.
Rips the stone out of his head.
Well, he dies twice. First, Scarlet Witch kills him.
Does he die then?
Yeah, he does.
Because he goes all grey, like he...
No. The first time he explodes, because Scarlet Witch...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then he explodes.
Yeah.
And the second time, Thanos grabs the stone out of his head and he goes all grey and dies.
Yeah.
That's everyone. And the characters that don't show up are Hawkeye and Ant-Man.
Is there anyone else?
Those are the main characters that don't show up. The guys you expected to show up like that.
Hawkeye and Ant-Man are missing.
Yeah. And I guess some people might have thought Captain Marvel would have been in this, but she's not.
She'll definitely be in the next one.
Yeah, from the end credit scene.
Yeah, unless she's wiped out.
Yeah, well, Nick Fury and what's the other
Maria
chick's
Hill.
name? Yeah, Maria Hill. They're in the end credit scene.
They're in the end credit scene, yeah.
And apparently Nick Fury's been carrying around this communicator.
For like his whole life.
Yeah, but since the 90s to Captain Marvel, wherever she is. And he's like, oh yeah, probably should call her now.
Yeah.
And then he disappears.
Why didn't he call her when New York was invaded?
Yeah, it makes no sense why he hasn't called her up till now.
Or when Ultron happened, or any of that.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I think we can deal with this.
We don't need it.
Yeah, we can do this.
We probably need it now.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, so that's a bit stupid, but maybe they'll explain that. I don't know if there'll be a reason for it. It's probably just like it's the same as when Thor battles the elf guy in Thor 2.
Yeah.
And no one else shows up. Do I do top 3 moments? You can do your top 3 and then I'll do my top 3.
Top 3. So probably Captain America's introduction.
Yeah.
Just because I think it might just because of the crowd.
The crowd really enjoyed it. They were like clapping it.
Clapping and cheering.
The music is really good as well. Like the train goes past and you see Shadow. You know it's him.
Yeah.
But then he steps out of the shadows.
And he doesn't really come into the movie for a while.
It's probably about 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're kind of waiting for him to come in.
It's a very superhero entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good entrance.
And second, probably when Thor comes to Wakanda.
That's also a superhero entrance. It's very awesome.
And that's weird. That also might be because of the crowd, because there was a lot of cheering and stuff for that. And he gets his new hammer.
And he's like, bring me Thanos or something. He says something about that. Thanos isn't there. Why does he go to Earth? Which is a question that I thought of. Wouldn't he go to... How does he know they're all on it? How does he know they're at Wakanda? How does he know Wakanda exists?
How does he even get there?
Oh, because Stormbreaker's a Bifrost.
As well?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it can access the Bifrost.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why he comes to Earth. Well, he knows that there's 2 stones on Earth.
Yeah. But he's never been to Wakanda. I don't know.
I don't know how he gets to Wakanda.
Yeah.
He comes straight there as well.
Yeah, he comes straight there.
Or maybe like
he's like been teleporting everywhere. And he's like,
maybe like goes to New York. It's like, nah, not here.
Not here. He does the same thing every time. He does it. He's like, bring me Thanos. And he's like, oh, whoops, he's not here.
He just like lands in Times Square. And people are just looking at him. It's like, okay, not here.
Not here.
Then he goes to like London. It's like, nah, not here. Just goes around the world. Does like a world trip. And then he's like, where are these guys?
It was a cool entrance though.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
There's actually from the trailers, there's a scene that they cut out, but while he's on, I don't know how to say that planet's name, where he makes Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
Do you know how in the first Avengers, how he gets the hammer and powers up and gets the suit?
Yeah, that's not in the movie.
So he was going to power up at the place as well, get the suit.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a scene that they cut out where he finds out where they are.
Well, this was probably better because he just makes the
entrance.
Yeah.
And then he wastes like half the army in one shot.
Yeah, like he could probably
take out everyone.
He would probably kill that whole army by himself.
Yeah, he basically was. I don't think anyone else was doing anything else. I kind of wish they had the
So like with these new powers, do you think he's stronger than Hulk?
Yeah. And
is.
And with Stormbreaker.
In Ragnarok, he probably was stronger than Hulk.
Yeah.
He probably could have beaten Hulk then. So.
And with Stormbreaker, he's definitely stronger.
Yeah. Well, it's probably as strong as Thanos without the gauntlet now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of wishing they had the music from Thor Ragnarok when he comes and he wastes everyone. Do you know the song?
But it probably wouldn't fit in.
It wouldn't fit in, but it would have been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Third favourite moment. It's a bit of a downer, but probably the end of the movie.
The end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's really surprising. We knew people were going to die, but the people that die is pretty surprising.
Yeah.
The ones that they've chosen to kill.
So, probably the end. Probably the end when Thanos clicks his fingers and you just see half the universe disappear. Yeah. So what are your top three?
Well, you stole two of my top three.
What, Captain America, Thor?
Yeah, Captain America and Thor were really good, like, scenes. And watching it in the theatre that we did watch it in made it even better.
Yeah.
So I reckon those two as well. I'm trying to think of another one, but I can't. Those two.
What about the part on Titan?
Yeah, well, the battle between Thanos and half of the Guardians and Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Iron Man is the best battle in the movie. I think it's much better than the Wakanda battle.
Yeah, the Wakanda one's a bit...
The Wakanda battle is just people punching these things that look like the things from A Quiet Place. They look like the monsters from A Quiet Place. Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought that would be the main battle when I saw the trailer. But when you watch the movie, that's kind of just
kind
like...
of a secondary. It ends up being the main battle, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the better battle is the one in
Titan. Yeah.
And it's good because they all work together. Like, Doctor Strange is like creating portals, bringing like Spider-Man in, and he like...
But I think we'll see much more of that in the next movie.
Yeah.
Because this movie, they probably could have done more. Like, because if you watch the first Avengers, they do a lot of that stuff. Like the Avengers
fighting together,
like working together and using their powers.
Well,
together.
there's no point when everyone's in it together.
Yeah,
there's no one
because they're all split up.
Yeah,
so yeah, you might see much more of the team up stuff in the next
one.
Movie.
Yeah,
because this movie, I think it was mainly to get the Avengers to lose. Like pretty much they all just get on.
Yeah, it's a two-parter, so like
I think the next one will be much more of the Avengers doing stuff.
Yeah, so that battle on Titan is the best fight scene in my opinion, and that's probably one of the best moments. And also, it's not a fight scene, it's just the emotional part of when Thanos kills Gamora.
Yeah, that was your favorite scene.
It's a good scene. It's a good scene. It brings depth to Thanos' character, and
it does.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a good scene.
Why is Gamora like a little girl in his... You know when he like uses...
I didn't understand that.
You know when he like clicks his fingers and he like goes back into that...
It's like a vision or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Gamora's like a little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. My theory is that they couldn't get Zoe Saldana. So they just get that little girl.
I don't understand that scene, to be honest, because he's alive. It's not like he's dead. When it first happened, I thought he died. And that's
Well, he's like had an axe through his heart. So how does he actually survive that?
I don't know. He's still alive though.
Yeah.
I don't know how he survived.
Well, like some of the guys that we watched it with, they were saying that he like used one of the stones to like split himself into two or something. I don't know if he can even do that, but
maybe he used the time stone on the wound and just reversed it.
But that would reverse it. How does the time stone work?
You just choose any particular thing and you...
But does that mean he didn't click his fingers if he does that?
No, because he's just using it on the wound.
Ah, okay.
Because remember in Doctor Strange how he has the apple?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he could have done that. Possibility. I don't know.
So you can't really use a time stone to... Like, say the Avengers want to reverse all that's happened and they get the time stone. It wouldn't work.
You can't reverse everything.
Yeah.
I think you have to go back in time.
And reverse each thing.
Reverse each thing. Like, manually.
Yeah.
Which is what is probably going to happen in the next movie.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a sec. So top 3 moments were those for me. Yeah.
Okay.
And favourite characters? Or top 3 characters?
Thanos.
Or top character,
Thanos. Thor.
Yeah.
And probably Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yeah. He's very good in this as well. Thanos is obviously the best character in this. He's a badass. Thor as well. He's got the best role for the heroes in this. And I actually really enjoyed Drax. Even though he doesn't do much. He's just comedic relief, but every line he says is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good, but I just don't think I don't think that was meant to be his character, but that's just become his character.
Yeah. He plays that character well, though. Just the one-liner, the stupid one-liners that he throws out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next movies.
Next
2?
Ant-Man,
so
which
do you think
comes out
that's
in July.
Do you think that is before the events of Infinity War, during or after?
I have no idea.
I think it's before.
Before? Well...
I think it's the parts that we've seen in the trailer, I think they're just before.
Yeah.
And then I think they go into Quantum Realm, and that's during. And then I think they come out, and it's after Infinity War.
Which, yeah. I was thinking it would be... If it was before Infinity War and the whole movie finishes before Infinity War, there's no reason Ant-Man wouldn't be in this movie. If that makes sense. The reason Ant-Man is not in this movie is because he's doing something during Infinity War.
Yeah.
So it's got to... I think there's got to be some overlap between Ant-Man and Infinity War.
Yeah, I think there will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're obviously going to...
And I think he's alive.
Yeah.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah, well, it would be a waste if he's not in this movie and he's dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's wiped out by Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, by...
And I think the Wasp will still be alive as well.
I
think she will be.
I think she might not be.
Might not be.
I think they'll come out of the quantum realm.
Yeah.
And she'll disappear. And I think Hank Pym will disappear.
Hank Pym will disappear.
Yeah.
And I think his wife, they're going to get his wife out of...
And his kid, Ant-Man's kid will disappear. And then it will just be Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And he'll join the other guys.
And I have a sneaky suspicion that Hawkeye might be in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he might be, even a cameo appearance.
So maybe he was filming for that instead of this.
Maybe a cameo appearance in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Or at the very least, there's going to be an end credit scene with Hawkeye, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Captain Marvel. Well, I guess I've done Captain
Yeah.
Marvel, so it won't be Captain Marvel again.
So yeah, I think he might be in it for a little bit, and they're probably going to come together and then meet up. In terms of what happens in Ant-Man, I know they're going to go to the quantum realm to get Hank Pym's wife out, who they've cast.
Yes.
The villain's Ghost. I don't know a lot about. I think it's just going to be a contained story, really, just about their family.
Yeah.
Not much to do with Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably just end credits will mention something.
Yeah.
And
next year we got Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So that's in the 90s. So that's obviously before the events of Infinity War, or before the events of
everything in the MCU.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's Skrulls in that.
Yeah. So they've already announced that they're introducing the Skrulls. So the Skrulls are... We've already been introduced to the Kree. Ronan was a Kree.
Yes. And
he's in the first Guardians.
He's in Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So basically the Kree and the Skrulls are alien races that war with each other. That's basically all you need to know about them. So they're bringing back Ronan.
And Skrulls are shape-shifting.
Yeah, Skrulls can shapeshift. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And their kind of origin is really closely connected to Captain Marvel's origin. Because, do you know Marvel?
Yes.
Marvel, played by Jude Law.
Yeah, so he's a Kree.
He's a Kree spy that's sent to Earth to basically see if Earth's a threat or if Earth can be used in the war against the Skrulls.
Yes. And then he comes across
so he's
Carol Danvers.
So I think they work in the same place.
Yeah.
He's a scientist, I think.
Yeah.
And she's a pilot.
Yeah.
And it's a bit unclear, but in the origin story that I've read, there's kind of like an explosion with both of them, and then
he dies and she gets his powers.
I think he stays alive. Carol Danvers' DNA gets spliced with the Kree DNA, and then she gets powers.
But Kree don't have powers, do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, some of them do.
Like Ronan.
Yeah. Ronan had powers. He was super strong.
Yeah, but that's it. Doesn't Captain Marvel shoot lasers out of her hands and stuff?
Yeah, Captain Marvel's basically like Superman, but a woman.
Yeah.
And Kevin Feige said a lot of times that Captain Marvel's the strongest character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, yeah, they're going to need her versus Thanos.
Yeah.
And if she's stronger than Thor, then it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently, Ant-Man and the Wasp is like a romantic comedy.
Oh, okay.
Apparently,
Yeah.
like the tone is a bit like that, and
This
apparently
is going to be a 90s
like
action
a 90s
movie.
action
Yeah.
movie. So like, I don't know, like Die Hard or something.
Yeah.
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 I think Captain Marvel will be really good. And introducing the Skrulls, I think they'll go into phase 4 because...
Well, so talking about the Skrulls, do you think Captain America in this movie is a Skrull? Because he doesn't do stuff that Captain America does. Like, he's still strong and stuff, but he doesn't say anything.
True.
And he's a bit, like, quiet.
Yeah.
And, like...
What? So you think somewhere between Civil War and this movie,
yeah,
they've replaced Captain America with a Skrull?
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
But if that is the case, I don't think we'll find that out until the end of the next movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Skrulls will go into phase 4, I reckon. And there's definitely going to be some Avengers who are Skrulls.
And I think it'll be... I don't think it'll be, like, War Machine or something.
No, I think it'll be like big people. Yeah.
I guess it could be War Machine. Because there's a theory that War Machine is a Skrull.
Is there?
Yeah.
I think there's a theory that each Avenger is a Skrull. There's probably theories that like Iron Man's a Skrull as well.
There's a theory that Sharon Carter is a Skrull.
Yeah, I can see any of the big Skrulls.
There's a theory that Sharon Carter was working with Zemo the whole time in Civil War. Have you seen that theory?
No, I haven't seen it.
How they're like, they just go through all the parts where she's like just there and she like just happens to give Captain America stuff.
Information?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like...
What, so Zemo's a Skrull as well?
No, like this is not Skrull. I mean, it might be.
Yeah.
But apparently, it looks like, if you look at it, it looks like they could have been working together in Civil War.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this video on YouTube. I think, like, have you seen Nando versus Movies?
No, I haven't.
That's the channel. I think he did a theory on it, and it was pretty good. But yeah, I don't think we'll see Skrulls in the next one in Avengers. So.
No, I don't think we will.
Yeah.
Maybe end credits or something.
Yeah. What do you think the next Avengers is called?
No idea.
So apparently someone said it might be called Avengers Endgame.
Oh, because do you remember the line that Doctor Strange says?
Yeah.
We're in the end game now.
Yeah.
That would have been a bad name.
So there's some people are saying it might be called that. Some people are saying it might be called Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some people...
I think Endgame might be a good one.
And some people are saying it might be Avengers Disassembled, but I don't think it will be that.
Avengers Disassembled is Civil War.
Yeah.
Because that's when the Avengers disassembled. This will be Avengers Reassembled.
Yeah,
They're already
Avengers
disassembled.
Assemble.
Yeah.
What else? There was a couple of other ones that they were saying. Like Avengers Secret Wars, but I don't think it will be that.
Secret Wars is the Skrull story.
No, that's Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, so Secret Wars is when I think it's the Beyonder. He's like
okay.
And he like transports Spider-Man to this planet, and it's where like all the villains are transported to, and all the villains live there.
Oh yeah. I've heard about
and
this
then
one.
Spider-Man can choose like a team to bring there to beat the villains, and it's in the Spider-Man animated series cartoon.
Yeah. If they do that, they should wait till they bring the X-Men and Fantastic Four in. Yeah. Because he chooses some of those guys to come.
Yeah, he does. He chooses Fantastic Four. He chooses Wolverine and Iron Man. But I don't think Iron Man will feature anymore.
I think Iron Man will probably either retire or die.
I don't think anyone's actually going to die.
Yeah, if anyone's going to die, it'll be Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Captain America.
I think he'll just retire.
Yeah.
And I don't think Captain America might already be dead.
Yeah, he might already be dead. And the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking maybe he is a Skrull. Yeah.
And he's just a Skrull. But in the next one, so what do you think will happen in the next one?
So based off stuff that I've heard, they've been shooting stuff which has been recreating scenes from other movies. So they've recreated some scenes from Avengers and some scenes from Guardians 1, Guardians 2 and stuff.
Yeah. And Captain America 1.
Captain America 1. So there's a lot of stuff that's been recreated. So obviously there will be some time travel.
Yes. But I don't think it involves the time stone.
Or like, how would they time travel then?
So the Russo brothers were saying that there's a part in Civil War that is going to be used in Avengers, like 3 and 4. And I think it might be that thing that Tony Stark makes, how he can go back in his memories.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes back to when he was a kid with his parents.
Oh, so he basically upgrades that so that he actually can go back. He makes a time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes something like that, and he goes back, but he doesn't. It's not like Days of Future Past when you go back into your body.
He's like an out of body experience.
Yeah, it's like you can see yourself.
Yeah,
you can see yourself in because he does in that thing.
Yeah,
because he's like standing in the corner. So I think it'll be something
along those lines,
and that's why Tony Stark had to
stay alive because he has to.
Yeah, and I think what happens is all of them go back in time. And they go back to all those events, and they're like in the background because the set photos show Ant-Man in the Battle for New York.
Yeah. He's in it. Yeah.
So I think they all go back, and they all have these like little things on
their hand. It's like a ball or something. Yeah.
So I think it has something to do with that.
Yeah.
And Tony Stark, this is just going off the set photos, but. Obviously, don't listen to this if you don't want spoilers for it.
Yeah, well, we don't know if any of this is going to be true.
It's probably not true, or could be true.
Yeah.
But Tony Stark looks a bit older.
Okay.
On the set photos. Like, older than he did in...
So you think it happens a couple years after Infinity War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he figures out what they can do, and they go back, and then they...
First off, how do you reckon Iron Man's going to get off Titan?
Nebula must help him.
Yeah.
Well, the ship's still there, isn't it?
Which ship?
The ship that they got there in.
No, they crashed it, remember? They crash it.
No, Nebula's ship's still there.
Nebula crashes it into Thanos.
Okay, I don't know how they get off. Maybe Thor finds them.
Yeah, Thor might find them. Yeah, but that looks like a likely theory.
So maybe he comes back to Earth, and then he has a reunion with
everyone,
all the other guys,
and then he
gives Captain America back his shield.
Yeah, maybe he works with like Shuri if Shuri's still alive.
Yeah,
to make that thing,
and then they go back in time. So maybe they'll send like Captain America back to 1940.
Yeah,
maybe like Captain America and
they'll send like different teams again.
Yeah, like Captain America and Thor or something.
Yeah,
and
you would think you would end up with a scenario where they come back to the present and all of them are there together and they fight Thanos.
Yeah. Or like they get every single stone. So they go back to World War to get the Tesseract. And then they go back to Thor.
The Battle of New York to get the Mind Stone.
The Mind Stone. They go back to Thor.
The Dark World
to get the Ether. They go back
to
Guardians 1 to get the Power Stone.
And they go back to...
They have to figure out
Doctor Strange to get the Time Stone.
Yeah, and they have
to figure out where the Soul Stone is because they don't know where it is.
Yeah. Well, they do because Gamora knows.
No, Gamora's dead though.
No, but if they go back in time...
Oh, actually, Nebula knows.
Oh yeah, Nebula does know.
Nebula knows, yeah.
So maybe she's in on the whole thing. So maybe they just get all the stones and then they can stop Thanos. Maybe someone gets the gauntlet and maybe someone uses it. You
would think it would be Captain America or Iron Man. Well, in the comics, Captain America has wielded the gauntlet before.
Yeah, so that could happen.
But it could literally be anything though.
But what's Hawkeye going to be doing?
I think Hawkeye will be, like, he'll join them, basically the same as Ant-Man. He hasn't been doing anything in the previous...
Maybe his family gets wiped out.
Yeah, his family... most definitely his family got wiped out. Otherwise he would have come out of retirement. Yeah.
So maybe he comes back and he gets a haircut.
Yeah, or maybe he already has a haircut.
And then maybe he comes back and he already knew that Black Widow had like bleached her hair or whatever.
So he was hanging out with that chick while this was going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to check out what was going on?
Maybe he finds out that she was a Skrull and he knows about it.
Yeah. I think the Skrulls won't feature just yet.
Yeah.
I think they still want to finish off this story. And then probably Avengers 5 will be about the Skrulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't feature Iron Man, probably.
Probably won't feature Captain America.
Yeah.
Or it won't feature Chris Evans as Captain America. It might be like Bucky or Falcon.
Yeah.
And I think like Black Widow and stuff will call it a day as well.
Maybe. But in the next Spider-Man movie, they're going to have one like non-Spider-Man character, like an Avengers character in it.
Oh, really?
Isn't that the deal? They have to have...
Do they? No, I think
the
it's...
MCU deal? Like, I thought they can have... Or they can
They
have.
can have, but I don't think they have to have one. I hear the next Spider-Man movie is actually going to be like a story about Spider-Man going across the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Captain... It would have been good to have Captain America in it, but I don't think they will.
I don't know if there's going to be any of the big four will return.
Yeah.
Except maybe Hulk, because...
Maybe Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know if the big four... the next movie might be it for those guys.
Yeah. Well,
all right. How long has this been going for?
I think it's been going for a while.
Oh, shit.
Over an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully it wasn't boring.
Yeah. Well, they would have already tuned out. They would be listening to this right now if it was boring.
Yeah, sorry. We tend to talk a bit too much about this shit.
Yeah, we get too excited.
Yeah.
And this is me only watching it once. Anything else to say? What's the next one we're doing?
I don't know. We'll see what...
We can do an MCU ranking podcast. Like a ranking... including this movie, so all 19?
Yeah. Or we could do, when Deadpool comes out, we could do that.
Yeah, well, we'll have Deadpool, but I think that's still a couple of weeks.
No, it's next week, isn't it?
No.
Not next week, the week after.
I think it's the week after that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I think it's like the 18th or something.
Yep.
So we've got a couple of weeks before that.
Yeah, we could do like a rank, or we could do an older movie.
Yeah, we could do an older movie.
Yeah.
We could do Deadpool 1.
We could do Rampage, the smash hit Dwayne Rock the Johnson movie.
Not that keen for that. But it might be fun.
No, I don't think so.
Might be fun.
I don't know if there's anything coming out this week. We can have a look and see. But I don't think there is.
No, I don't think there is. So we could probably do an MCU like ranking.
Yeah.
And then we could do Deadpool 1 maybe. Before Deadpool 2.
Yeah, Deadpool 1. Have you seen all of Deadpool 1 yet?
I've seen most of it.
Okay.
I just got bored. Like, I just...
Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's just... I don't know. It just might not be for me. But the 2 looks pretty funny. So yeah, maybe I'll watch it again. I'll watch 1 again. Maybe I'll like it this time.
All right.
Yeah. So I guess that's it for this week. Hopefully you enjoyed the review and spoilers and theories.
Hopefully it wasn't all over the place. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's the first time we're doing it. We just thought... We basically have these conversations all the time.
So we thought we might as well record it.
Why don't we record it? It's a bit creepy. Yeah. Why don't we record ourselves talking?
Why don't we record it so I can
make everyone else listen to it too?
Yeah. So I can listen to it at night before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that.
I am. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to have at least one download for this podcast.
Yes. So we're going to have... Well, I'm going to listen to it before I go to sleep. Will you listen to it?
I will listen to it, but not before I go to sleep.
Okay, yeah. So we'll
I'll have to listen to it to edit it. So I'm going to have to listen to it.
Okay, so we'll definitely have 2 listens.
Yeah.
I reckon.
And then maybe my wife will listen.
Since you're married, your wife has to listen.
Yeah, I'll make her listen to it. Yeah, I'll make her listen to it.
So we've got 3 viewers.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of them were on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully there's more than that.
So we'll send it out to you guys, which is us 2 and your wife. What do you guys want us to do next, I guess?
So are you asking me?
You and your wife as well.
Okay, well I'll ask her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we should do MCU recap. And we should probably set up an account or something if someone wants to contact us. But
yeah, at the moment, you can send a mail, not an email, just a normal mail.
Yeah.
Preferably a telegraph. The address is 48 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Yeah. Yeah, we will be expecting your telegraphs.
Is there an actual street?
I don't know.
It's in Finding Nemo.
Yeah, there's an actual street. We live there.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder who lives there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
That was a very extended end to the podcast.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call it a day. We'll leave you alone if you're still here.
If you're still here.
All right.
If you're still here, let us know that you actually made it to the end, because that's an achievement.
That is an achievement. Yeah. We're surprised that we've made it to the end.
Yeah.
All right, then.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
All right.
For MCU recap.
Laters.